Okay, you should have.
You know what he tells your mom yesterday? She calls him up and she goes, "I've been trying to call you." He goes, "Yeah, my phone ran out of energy." What the out of energy?
Did
Battery.
Same thing.
Energy. Hey, what's up, guys? PizzaFellas podcast.
It doesn't have energy, right?
Energy, battery.
PizzaFellas podcast, episode 34. We're having a good time here.
Run out of energy.
Talking about stories here.
Batteries.
We just took a shot of some.
I don't know what he.
I don't know what we just drank, but I'm not even going to shout it out. But anyways, thank you for our sponsorships. Master Supply.
Master Supply Line is a janitorial and food service supply company located in Macungie, Pennsylvania. 3 generations of the Master family have operated Master Supply Line since 1989 with current owners Kevin and Barbara Master. Their products include disposable food service, takeout containers, napkins, cups, and straws, a full line of cleaning and warewashing chemicals, grill cleaners, degreasers, and floor care products. Restroom supplies such as hand towels, toilet paper, and hand soap, janitorial mop buckets, mops, brooms, and vacuums. Office supplies and restaurant supplies such as commercial-grade cookware, storage containers, and kitchen utensils. They offer free delivery with no minimums in the Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas within 30 to 40-mile radius. Get in touch with Dave Sweeney. He still has $50. Every new customer, he'll give you $50 cash out of his pocket. 610-966-9636. He told me the other day, I'm remortgaging my home because of you.
Think about it. All
He's
the people.
not giving up. I'm telling people, but so
So at some point, he's going to have to refinance or cash
great
out.
sponsorship from them. I wish they can come up your way. They have phenomenal pricing. They really do, but they don't come up that far.
So
but maybe with an exception. Who knows?
Well, if there's enough people on the truck.
Yeah, maybe that whole row, that 1 mile. Park the truck and go along with it.
So, Brian, reintroduce yourself because we just had a great session
with
with Russell.
and Mason.
Jumped
Russell,
in, but
great
go ahead.
job. Great job, bro.
I'm surprised he got away with just an hour with Russ.
Well, he might jump in probably and turn the mic
absolutely.
on. I can tell.
We'll have him back on again.
He's good. He's good.
If we had 2 mics, we'd still be on Russ's story. I guarantee.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Yeah.
Who drove, by the way?
Russ drove.
Did he do all the talking?
We both did.
Okay.
I think it was a good car ride. It was a good car ride. I usually like sitting in the back on like car rides. I just sit back and listen. But if you're in the passenger seat,
You
gotta
interact.
So tell us, Brian.
kind of like the leader of the car if you're in the passenger
Yeah.
seat. You know what I mean? My name is Brian DiMattia. I was born and raised in Old Forge, PA.
Oh.
That's where I was born and raised. So I've been an NEPA guy my whole life. I live down in Kingston, PA right now. So I moved from Old Forge, Pizza Valley, down to the I call it Sweet Sauce Valley. So you guys have the valley here, which fucked me up earlier.
When I was like, when you said it, I didn't even know that's what they called it.
So down on our way, the valley is it's Old Forge part of the valley, right? Or is it like Wyoming? The Wyoming Valley.
The Wyoming Valley is the valley.
Yeah.
Like Kingston, Kingston, Exeter.
You're way more than
Yeah. Pittston, Kingston.
Yeah, I know. I played
all
them all in
the-
football.
So like
Yeah.
Wyoming Avenue is like, 8 or 9 miles long. There's like a little town on every single way you go down there. And there's just food everywhere down there. So when I moved to Kingston, I started doing my food page, DiMattia's Food Fight, about just a little over a year ago. All because the Pizza Hut Express was opening up around the corner from where I lived. That's when I started doing my food page. I love Pizza Hut. I grew up eating the nostalgia of it. You know
Are
what
you
I mean?
kidding me?
The nostalgia
You
of Pizza
grew
Hut.
up in Old Forge.
Yeah, but you also grew up with reading the book club and the Pizza Hut. You remember that?
Okay.
You remember that?
laughing?
It's just in this.
He loves pizza.
It's just in this. Oh no, I'm gonna. It's just. Well, yeah, it's good. Pick a pizza. Look, 11 o'clock at night. Either them or Domino's.
No, I get you. I get you. I'm just still enjoying that, you know?
Do a stuffed crust pizza? It's fucking. Your boy Trump likes the stuffed crust pizza. He did the commercials, remember?
Yeah, he did.
He did the commercials.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And every time he ate it, the hair still stayed the same.
It stayed the same because,
everything.
it stayed the same. You got to eat the crust first. But anyways, this was opening up around the corner, but the whole valley was like, when's this place going to open up? Because it's been there. It was there for like a year and a half. So when I went for walks or runs in the mornings, it was right there. I took a picture of it, posted it. I'm like, oh, maybe this thing will open. Any updates? People wanted more updates about it. So I kept on following the story. And then I started doing my food page, which at the time was called DiMattia's NEPA food reviews. So I ended up getting in touch with the owner of the Pizza Hut, and I bought the first pizza.
Come on.
When they first opened, I bought the first pizza, and my food page's been kicking off ever since. And then I eventually changed it to DiMattia's Food Fight, and then a year later, here we are.
Now, Food Fight, because you're a fighter as well, an MMA. Are you an MMA guy?
I don't do MMA. I train jiu-jitsu.
Oh, you do?
I don't get in the cage and fight people. I don't throw punches. Maybe 10 years, maybe in my 30s I might have did that. I'm in my 40s now, so grappling is good enough for me.
Wait 2 hours here. We'll start throwing punches.
That's
here.
all right. I'll be ready. I think I'll be ready to go.
So you get this page going, and you started branching off or going to different areas in NEPA.
Yeah. So I wanted to eventually get the NEPA out of my food name because so many people do it, and it's the niche of just NEPA. I added when I was able to change it. Oh, nothing against NEPA, but people were doing their own things. You know, Jim Miller Belly. You guys know Jim Miller.
Great guy.
Absolutely,
he's a good guy. I love him. I love him.
I mentioned to him.
I love his grocery stores.
Oh, me too. I go, Jim. I go, you put that fucking phone in the freezer. You know what I mean? At Aldi's, I'm like, I love that. I tried getting him. You guys wanted him to come down here. And I told him about you guys. I go, those guys been helping me from day one. So he's helping me from day one, too. He's the one that suggested Food Fight. I was like, that's fucking great. I love it. Now, I make a post. I put, Food Fight. What's better? Apples or bananas? You got 200 comments. It's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really, really good.
So let me ask you this. So you were born in Old Forge. You live in Kingston. So now you transition into that part of the world of pizza, right? So beside your Pizza Hut, right? What is your go-to pizza? Is it the Old Forge style, the New York style, a Neo New York, a Neo Neapolitan? What is it?
My goal, if I had to choose, so I asked people on my podcast, Food Fight podcast, give it a shout out. I asked people, what would be your last meal? What's your favorite food? And what's something that you could eat all the time? And usually they're different answers. So if you guys ask me what kind of style pizza would I eat?
Yes.
The only style I could possibly eat?
I mean, what is your preferably your go-to?
My go-to, when I was living closer in Old I'm it was Old Forge pizza. Now I'm down.
Good answer.
I'm down in fried pizza, and there's also sweet sauce pizza down my way.
You like sweet sauce?
A lot of sweet sauce.
I had sweet sauce for the first time just 2.5 years ago for the first time.
Where was it at?
Angelo's. Angelo's the one and only. The girl my ex-fiance now, she brought me. She goes, you ever had sweet sauce before? I'm like, no, what's sweet sauce? She brought me a sweet sauce pizza.
What hooked you on it?
That was it. The sauce.
Well, the flavor. I know the sauce. I'm saying in that sauce, what flavor do you remember? Like, because when I look at sauce, it's all about the flavor. You have saltiness. You could have sweet sauce. There's maybe a honey. How do they make it sweet?
I don't think.
Maybe a jelly.
I don't know if Angelo's puts honey in their
agave.
sauce. I don't know what it was. I just know that.
But it pops when you eat it?
It pops because I put salt on everything before I even taste it. No matter what, I put salt on everything before I taste it.
Oh, really?
If I'm looking at it, give me a salt shaker. I can put salt on it no matter what.
Really?
So I put salt on that sweet sauce pizza. That was it.
Wow.
Was there pepper in it?
Sweet and salty.
Remember to
sweet
be
and salty.
Yeah.
It was more sweet. It was more sweet. It was probably the sweetest sauce that I've had before.
Wow.
I mean, we make a sweet sauce. So my sweet sauce has evolved from using jellies, and then Angelo got with him. He sent me a jug of agave, and that's when it changed. And then Pietro and they explained you got to cook it.
Okay.
So now that's what we do. We cook our sweet sauce. I make 11 quarts at a time, and it's amazing. Like people get it on cheesesteaks.
Do they really, Joe?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone last night got it on their lasagna.
They get it
on their
spaghetti.
lasagna.
Yeah. We give it to them any way they want it.
It's so good,
and it's amazing. But when you cook it. And with the agave, Pietro, you cook that thing, it's a whole different thing. It doesn't come up. It marries into the sauce.
Yeah, do you do sweet sauce too? Oh, you do?
I'm just amazed by how people decide to eat it. Because we say, well, however you like it.
Now, how do they make that pie if we're in Kingston? Is it like a sheet pie? Is it a circle pie?
So I always say Angelo's, Jerry's, Barazzi's Pizza, all these places in the Valley. I said I call it my own name, like NEPA Valley style pizza, because it's not New York style.
No,
it's not bar pie. It's not a Pete's from I've been to New Haven a few times. Right. Am I saying that right? It's a Pete's, right?
Pete's. Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like that.
They're running through a sheeter though?
Yeah, they're running through. I know
All right.
Brazzi's Pizza, Andy France, he was on my podcast last week. He runs his pizza through, like the pizza comes through a couple of times, and he puts the cheese on first, then bakes it, comes out, does the sauce swirl. Some places, I think Angelo's, a few other places, they do the sauce swirl, then they put the cheese around that. So there's part of the pizza that doesn't have cheese on it, but it's still great.
It's still great.
It's like it's cheese sauce. I love it. It's fantastic. You know, Angelo's has more like a little ocean of sauce and then the cheese. And I got one the next day after having the first one. I had her bring me a sweet sauce pizza with extra cheese, extra sauce. It was 5 pounds heavier. The sauce was volcanoing through the cheese. It was. I had a stomach ache.
Volcanoing?
It was because you would bite the pizza, and you see like the end piece like down there a little bit more close away from you. You see the sauce come through the cheese because there was so much on there. It was like my teeth were hurting afterwards. Yeah.
So I got to ask you a question.
I love sweet sauce.
Have you had Angelo's or Dino's pizza?
I just had Angelo's before we came here. I was in the mall.
What'd you think about it? He's not listening. What'd you
Oh,
think
they know. I've scored their pizza before. The 9s, I believe.
Wow, you gave him a 9?
I get Dino's and Angelo's.
So who has the better pizza, Dino or Angelo's?
Dino's has the better pizza.
The goat's in the house.
You know,
the goat's in the house.
You know it's going to be a quiet ride home.
I met Pete. We met Pete a couple weeks ago. I met him for the first time at Dino's, and he made the pizza for us. It was fucking fantastic.
I got to say,
right there.
Peter could make a pizza
Yeah.
out of like dehydrated onions. Whatever you give this guy, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong? Whatever you give this guy, it could be the best of the best or the lowest of the lowest. He makes the pizza.
It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So go back to Pizza Hut real fast. I don't order from that location no more.
Why?
Because they fucking delivered me a pizza that looked like two blind men cut it and then stepped on it. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? The slices were like, it was like this. Like, what the fuck is this? I messaged the owner.
Okay.
Show him the picture.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Sorry about that. How about the 35,000 people that saw the real open up your store? And you don't think, see, I should be saying this shit, but it's fired up now.
I don't care. You can say it on
We'll
us.
get you going. We'll get you going.
He fired
This
me.
is uncensored.
It's a franchise. It's not a mom and pop.
You're right.
There's a totally
You're right.
different thing.
He fucking fired me up, and I was like, fuck this fucking place. I'll never order from there again. I never have. I never.
He never made it right.
I got rid of all the content that I made for the place.
He never made it
man,
right.
I built this place up. I understand that as Pizza Hut, people are making comments, but I got people going. I'm like, it's the nostalgia of it. I understand what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's the nostalgia of it, and it got me started doing what I was doing, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted to turn out. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
That's crazy.
It's so disrespectful. It's
I know what you
disrespectful
mean
in
by
my
the
opinion.
nostalgia, though.
Yes.
My cousin Steve, I go to his house, and on his fridge, still to this day, he's 36 years old, just had a baby girl, beautiful Lucy, my niece. I go in, Pizza Hut coupons on a magnet because he orders once or twice. But it's a nostalgia for him. He's been ordering pizza since he was 3 years old. A kid, Pizza Hut, growing up on the east side, and now on the west end. I go in, I'm like, why the fuck are there Pizza Hut coupons? I order once or twice a week, but it's a nostalgia for him. He knows what he's getting.
Exactly.
He understands what it is.
It's late night.
But to him, once a week, that's what he wants to eat.
So 11 o'clock at night, Domino's app now. You break the glass, you get a free pizza every once in a while, man. It's good shit.
What do you mean break the glass?
Yeah, on the app. You go on the app and you break the glass like a little game. You break the glass to give you free stuff. Every once in a while, it's a free pizza.
I don't know nothing about that. Okay.
Every once in a while, it's a free pizza. And then people, I'll post it on my page. You get these. You get people say to me, why are you ordering from there? Order from a mom and pop shop. It's 11:30 on a Tuesday night. Who's open?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah.
So how did you get into your podcasting now?
So the podcasting took off with On the Stacks Media, Bill Corcoran. I was on his podcast. It's just about, I think it was May of last year. I went on this podcast, talked about some, being sober.
Well, what's Bill Corcoran's podcast?
Bill Corcoran's podcast is called On the Stacks.
Call it Honest.
His On the Stacks.
On the Stacks.
On the Stacks, it's called.
On the Stacks. What's the reference for?
The reference is his family owns a paper company. And makes stacks of paper.
Oh.
Yeah. You like the wooden
That's
stack.
nice.
The
Yeah.
wooden
Yeah.
stack.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
his podcast is called On the Stacks, and his company goes by the same name, On the Stacks Media. And I was on there, and a lady from Wilkes University came across the podcast. They were looking for a speaker to speak at a pain and addiction summit at the college, like 120 doctors, lawyers, everything like that.
Yeah.
And she saw the podcast, and I was sober for a long time, sober for 7-8 years, stone cold sober. I smoke pot now. I'm pretty open about it.
God bless you're sober.
I'm sober. I'm sober off the things that fucked my life up. You know what I mean? Like the shit I used to do, people I used to hang out with. You know what I mean? I got arrested. I got in trouble. Turned my life around. And here I am now. You know what I mean? And I'm big on that. I'm big on giving people second chances.
Did jiu-jitsu help you out a lot?
Jiu-jitsu helped me out a lot. Yeah,
I figured it would.
About 3-4 years sober I was. And then I was just like floating around, kind of being bored. And then my best friend finally got me to come try a class out.
Where do you take it at?
So at Good Tree MMA. I work and train at the Wilkes-Barre location.
All right.
And our other location is in Dunmore, PA.
Now, what belt are you?
I am a blue belt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a blue belt. I'm
blue
belt for a few
is
years.
What is it called? Gear?
You wear the gi.
You wear a gi or you do no gi?
I do both.
You do both?
I do both and compete at both. I prefer to wear the gi, though.
You do?
To wear the gi, man.
I know a lot of people.
Give me some grips. Give me some fucking chokes. I'm 43, man. These kids, some of these 20
You're rolling with some 20-year-olds, right?
Some of these 20-year-olds doing no gi, holy shit. They're behind me before I even get a chance. But in the gi, I get them first.
Well, you know Joey Diaz?
You just tell them. Oh, Joey.
You know Joey Diaz?
Yeah.
No, I know my dad is.
Yeah.
I'm saying Joey Diaz, that Italian guy, he does the podcast with Joe Rogan, comedian.
Yes.
From Jersey.
Yes.
So he does jiu-jitsu, and he goes, I get in there. Chubby big guy, smokes shit ton of weed. He goes, I get in there. This guy got me 20, 30 years old wrapped around. I tell him, hey, buddy, watch your fucking, what are you doing here? I'm an old man. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But that just brought that up. I was thinking about it.
I love training jiu-jitsu. I love competing. I go to I've gone to IBJJF Worlds in Vegas last year. Just went to the Pans this year in Florida. Wow. Still looking for that fucking win. You know what I mean? But my jiu-jitsu is getting better and my competitive is getting better. I just keep on training. And
how many days a week do you go to jiu-jitsu?
I train 5-6 days a week. I work at the gym.
So it's not just.
I left.
I've
been training jiu-jitsu for 5 years. Been working at the gym now. It'll be coming up in a year in May. I left my career at the casino business to work with this company. I say the company. There's 2 owners. They own both gyms. There's 3 owners. They own both gyms, and they asked me to work for them a while back. I turned it down initially, and then I was stewing on it for like 3 weeks, and I finally made the decision that I was going to quit and go work with them, but they already hired somebody else. But then it's already in my mind now, like, I can't go back and deal craps anymore. Same 8 people in the daytime playing the same exact way every single day. I was going insane. And the job lost its fun. And I couldn't do it no more. I was being miserable there. And I ended up quitting. I ended up studying to become a personal trainer. So I'm a personal trainer. I do that part-time, and I work at the MMA gym like 30 hours a week. I sign up clients, I sign up new people, make sure they're coming to class, and then I'm an assistant trainer. I'm trained to be a full-time instructor. Hopefully get my purple belt within the next year, and then I'm a little slower.
You will.
It takes time.
I'm a little slower path because they want me to be an instructor, and I want to be an instructor. So hopefully by the time I get my purple belt, we're getting ready to expand the gym into a bigger space. We need more mats. They're really hard to get right now. They're really expensive. You know what I mean? And but by then, hopefully I'll be a purple belt level, have my own one-on-one class. That's what I want to strive to be. I absolutely love it. It's very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Yeah, it is. It is. I did it for 18 years, and it is rewarding. It's a great sport. It really is. And there's a lot of camaraderie in that.
Yeah, I love being able to help people. I love teaching the kids. The kids class comes when it's fun. You know what I mean?
No.
But at the end of the day, it's so great seeing these kids come in there. Hey, Sensei Brian, Sensei Ty. It's just amazing. They look up to you. They give you a hug after class. And
It's a different. It gets kids. In a sense, you could discipline a kid at an earlier age. There's 2 sports in my sense that, like football, at a young age, I coach young. You could discipline the kids. They can learn at a young age.
Absolutely.
Karate, jiu-jitsu, kids 6, 7 years old. It's a discipline that they might not get somewhere else. And I think those are the main, in my opinion, the main 2 areas. So if your son's that's where it would come from.
I mean, in jiu-jitsu, you have nobody else to blame but yourself.
I agree.
All right, if you have a failure, or if you're on the mat with somebody and something goes wrong, and then you tap, I mean, I fucked up.
Yeah, I played team sports before where, you win, you lose, but you lose as a team. Jiu-jitsu, you're out there.
That's it. You're
by yourself.
wrestling, jiu-jitsu, anything that's one-on-one. There's nobody. You have no one to blame but yourself. Right.
I agree.
You didn't do this right. You didn't do a grab right. You didn't do a chokehold right. You stepped in to throw him down. You didn't get his balance and find his center.
For sure.
All right. Well, it's your fault.
Yeah. Then you look at the tape, and if you recorded it, you're like, okay, that. Okay, I gotta work this, and it's not like you go work that for like an hour. You gotta work. You gotta work that for like a month.
It's always like I always looked at it as the up and down. Like when you can get a person up, how fast can you find their center? Get them down.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of seconds. I mean, and there's many spots on the body.
There's so much that I could do. It's
incredible.
I love
it's
it,
incredible.
and that's why I just keep going back for more. I mean, I love training. Now I get to live I work at the gym. I get to train every day. I get to train under my black belt professor Tyler Mooney, and I mean that's the access I have. Hey, you want to train? It's just a half an hour every day. Just fucking around. You learn so much from a half an hour a day.
And you have to practice.
Yeah,
you have to keep rolling.
It's literally job training.
I
always found when I went against guys that were higher than me and had more experience, you had to press them. You can't. You just can't be the. So I had a higher guy that's higher than me. I'm not looking at him that he's going to beat me. I'm looking at how am I pressing him to beat me. And a lot of guys I knew when they trained, it was always like, well, I'm not going to do that because my mind says he's going to beat me.
Yeah.
My mind was never that way. My mind was, all right, we're going to do this. And then I showed you earlier, something bad happens.
Yeah. Who was that guy
happened.
Who was that guy that came from Japan that one year? And when we were on 12th Street. And he picked you up and slammed you, and he was like fucking at the size of Ashley.
He was
skinnier than Ashley.
5'6".
Really? He slammed you?
Oh, no,
he was like 300 plus pounds. But you would never think this guy could lift him.
He caught me. He got me, got me up and got my center, and I was up, boom, down.
Shit.
And at the moment it's over, it's like
what?
But
was this Jackie Chan?
Oh my God!
I was like, the fuck just happened here?
Are
we shooting Rush Hour?
It didn't matter. Like I would go into those matches. He's a sensei of senseis. Like I'm sitting here. It's like, all right, here we go.
And he said it doesn't.
I'm going in like I'm grabbing him.
Doesn't matter how much you weigh. It's all about it was like gravity and the
the balance, getting you off your center,
using his strength against him.
And I was very aggressive. Like I went in, I was very strong. Like I could probably put this guy over my head at that time with his weight, but I went in, I was aggressive, and in my mind, it's like I'm going to challenge him. And the moment I challenged him, he saw what it was, and he had a counter for that, got me to go, and boom! Next thing you know, I'm up over the top, and I'm 6'5". 300 pounds at that time.
I'm still trying to picture how he did.
And
right? It's fucking mind-blowing.
Over the top, and the gi, and boom,
I know
down.
I could picture what he did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. And it caught me, and I was like, but I got up the next time, boom. I remember we had one time we were doing stuff, but we were in headgear, and then we're hitting, and all of a sudden, boom, the thing shattered on my face, and it was like, what the hell just happened here? But that's the aggressiveness of saying, I want to be real. Mm-hmm. You could either be submissive and not learn nothing, or be aggressive and learn a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we have competition practice on Saturday mornings at the other gym, and we do it Monday at our gym. So we have about 6 guys and a couple girls going down somewhere in Jersey on Saturday for some jiu-jitsu.
Now, when you go to these fights, is it a team? Like you're coming in as a team?
Yeah,
like we're all sponsored, whatever.
We go as a team.
What's the team name?
Good Tree MMA.
Oh, okay, yes, you said that. Sorry, so that's
the name of the gym. Yep,
okay.
Good Tree MMA. So we have about 6 people doing super fights this weekend and Saturday. So jiu-jitsu super fights. So it's really so comp practice is always, and we're going to a bunch of IBGF tournaments coming this summer too. So comp practice is always fucking
intense.
Going, right? So they did no gi yesterday. I'm like, all right, I'll go mix around. Like no gi, like I'm better in the gi. But no gi, like I'm loose. I wish I was as loose with my jiu-jitsu in the gi.
I prefer no gi.
Yeah.
Me personally, I preferred no gi, and I don't know why, but that's how I just always felt. And I got into it later, like probably by the 2000s, 2002s, because I always felt we were fighting with a large group. I'm not going to name who they were, and they were always gi guys, and then they were interested in throw mats, and we were like, well, we just have the mat.
Right.
And they're like,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
throw mats. It's like, no, we're just throwing you onto the concrete with the 2 inches of mat. I mean, that was that major training room. And
Right.
that our whole concept in that day, like, even if we were fighting with like sticks or something, somebody's going to get hurt. You know, when you're in that competition session there and you're with the higher guys, like, somebody's taking a hit here, like, or you're going to say no, you know, and this is, we're going to bring it to the level. And did that for years.
Yeah,
did that for years.
Comp practice is a blast. So yesterday, people getting ready for a fight. There's one kid, Gabe. He's a big guy. He's young, 20, 21, 280. I look up, what the fuck, right? My coach goes, Brian, Gabe, last match. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's look. I run out there. I'm 43, man. You know what I mean? I run out there. I'm like, let's fucking do it, man. This is, this is the time to get warmed up in the daytime in there. It's like, let's do it. And, you know, I pull guard because I'm not taking him down. You know, I'm not even I'm not the grab anyway, you know. So sitting there, I'm playing guard a little bit. I'm playing guard, doing well. And he gets past my guard. He gets into side control. Like, he was like if a tree was falling at an angle and it landed on me. It was like, boom. I'm like, oh, right. I made like a noise. Like, I hear my coach laugh a little bit. But they were fighting. And, he didn't tap me. I got out. You know, the match was over after 6 minutes. But I fought hard. Whole gym's watching. Let's go. Don't quit. Don't get him, coach. I fucking love that shit. Yeah. Even though it didn't work out for me, I got here.
Yeah, but it's still you made it through and you grew through it.
I want to go help those guys get ready for it because they're there for me and everybody else when we have tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going through some stuff in my life right now. I just wanted to sleep in yesterday morning and whatever. I'm like, you know what? 7 a.m., get up and go. Help these guys out. And I was there with them. I got to mix up a little bit. I love that shit.
Yeah,
I love jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu soreness is the best kind of soreness.
You know how you get rid of it? Go wrestle again.
Yeah.
Go fight again.
Absolutely.
You want to not be sore? Go
agree.
on the mat again.
I agree.
I mean, I do that. You know, the mentality is like I bring that almost. There's a lot of days I'll leave the shop and I'm limping and this and that because I'm a beat up day. Next day, you just got to get up and go do it again. And that mentality comes from jiu-jitsu, wrestling, football, all those things. It's how you heal is get on the field, get on the mat.
Yep.
And you just won't remember the pain because you're going to create a new pain. And you'll forget about the last one.
Jiu-jitsu slows everything else in the real. Everything outside the doors of the gym, it slows everything down.
Oh, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's so fast.
Do you roll stoned?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
because
go
I
there
know Joe
sometimes.
Rogan says
On the
he
weekend, I
can't
don't-
unless he's stoned.
Not during the week, because even when I go to work for 3, I got the kids coming at 5. I don't do that before work.
Competitions are different.
Yeah,
On the
weekends
weekends,
when
yeah.
it's open mass stuff like that. Once
You're
in a
probably
while,
even a little better.
Joe Rogan says,
You
Joe Rogan.
actually see it more clairvoyant.
Yeah, he says he's more flexible and he's
Yeah.
more focused.
Yeah.
He can understand where his body has to
I
go.
actually stopped smoking it the last month training for pans for comp because
Okay.
my mouth was getting too dry, and I don't know what it was. Plus, like I was training for competition.
You know what it was.
I was training for competition. So like my anxiety level was already up. So I was treating.
So it's making you more
I was
anxious.
treating every comp practice like it was the tournament, and I don't get nervous at tournaments anymore. You put me in, you drop me in those big arenas, IBJJF like that. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm more calm at that tournament than I am a little Allentown Fuji tournament. You know, I'm nervous, no idea when I'm competing. Your match is between 12 and 4. Oh, great.
Now you're sitting there.
IBJJF, your match is 2:55. Don't be late. It's great. They move you up, you still have time to get there. You know what I mean? Like that lowers my anxiety. But like the comp practice is like, I don't like. Listen, you go in the comp practice, you go to the gym. You train against people that you train against every single day. They know you're going for a single leg. They know you're going for an arm triangle. They know what you want, and so it's so much harder going against someone that knows what you're going to do your first couple moves. So now you don't want to lose in front of your boys.
Yeah.
They say leave the ego at the door. We do, but it's still there.
You ever
It's
bring
still
guys from other dojos in?
Once in a while, open mats for sure. People come
Right.
in other gyms. Yeah.
You ever find, back in my day, so I don't know about today, but back in my day, you'd always have, when we'd have open dojos and stuff like that, you'd always have a few characters. You know, like they just come in and just...
Characters, you mean assholes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use a nice...
what you mean.
You know, so...
Because there's characters too. And
Yeah.
there's assholes.
Yeah. But, you know, they come in and like you're just sizing them up and it's like, come on, man, you know, don't do this. Like,
Right.
or you're like, this is what you need to clean this up or you need to do this because we're going to be, you're going to get hurt. And then the next thing you know, it's like, all right, I'm going to size you up. I'm going to hurt you now.
Yeah.
And that was like, you know, you're incompetent and then take them on the mat and it's like,
Yeah, you roll with somebody
you take them down very hard.
You roll with somebody brand new and they're just not even brand new. They think they're spazzy as fuck. I just hold them in my guard for like put them in lockdown for 5 minutes. They have no idea what they're doing. All I know is that I'm leaving this role in one piece. You're going to break my arm going crazy. You know that's what I'm talking about, right?
I would size some of these guys up, and I knew it was strong, and that's where I just manipulated. Like, I would just, like, ragdoll them, you know, and just take them and just, boom, finish.
Jiu-Jitsu's amazing. You saying you got that guy through you. I watch people on my team's 150-pound guy handling a 300-pound guy. It's absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong now. When
technique.
When the 300-pound guy got really good at technique, that didn't happen anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But in the beginning,
there's some very experienced guys I learned. I would say probably in some of the matches that I ever did, especially when we would bring other dojos in, or if we would go to, like, guys came from Japan and stuff like that, we would train with and we would go there. Some of those small guys, they dealt me some of the worst beatings. You know, they had more experience. And when I say a beating, it's like, you know, some of the worst throws I've ever been
hardest chokes.
Oh,
they pass like they're 5,000 pounds. Like,
it's unreal.
How's my thigh feeling that way?
And afterwards, you're feeling it.
Sore
the compression,
the sore throat.
It's unfucking real.
Yeah, back to the technique thing though. It's like when I'm coaching my travel team and stuff for football, the 7-year-olds and like the 8-year-olds I have, I always tell them, you know, to defeat a speed guy on defense, you have to have the best technique, because even though the guy's 10 times faster than you, if you perform perfect technique, you'll win every time. It's just, and it is. It doesn't matter what size you are, who you are, defense. Just, it goes to football, sports, and it also goes to pizza. Because when you're making pizza, listen, perfect technique. If you have the technique of making what you make, we all have our. You have to have. It relates to everything in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just great. And it's good that we're in stuff like that we all can relate to.
I could witness him when he played college football. I mean, you know, by his senior year, what they had him playing at 225, he was ripped, jacked. I mean, and he's playing stand-up D-end outside linebacker and rushing some of these 300-pound guys. And
that was tough.
Getting into the sack.
Bro,
I mean, I remember
guy?
He was like, at New Haven, and that was, God rest my father's soul, it was the last game my father ever saw him play. And it was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in his college career. I mean, he's had so many between his high school, but he went up against this guy that was getting drafted in the NFL, was like 6'7", and about 310 pounds, but a strapping man. Like, this guy was big, and he was giving it to him all fucking day. Yeah. So they have a 4th and 3. They got to stop the ball. If we don't stop the ball, and they had a chance to win this game to go to championships, like to move their team in. 4th and 3, he goes in, beats this guy, and the running back was so fast. He beat this big 6'7" guy, got in, got the running back in the backfield. It was like a 4-yard loss, okay? Gets up and does the X over the guy. And I'm with the horn, and my father stands up and yells, Salvatore! Salvatore!
Yeah, I remember that. I actually do.
Now they get the ball. And
I remember after I did the X, I turned to the sidelines, and I looked up, and he's screaming, but my grandfather's face.
Yeah, his hands. He just
my
yelling.
Grandfather, you know.
He kept yelling, Salvatore!
Peter, you know.
Salvatore!
The old Italians, they don't make a lot of noise.
No.
They were very, and then he gets up, and I'm like, this guy's about to fall down the bleachers. He's 70
and I'm with
years
the
old.
horn. I'm like, I would always bring horns. So I was the one, and my father, and then unfortunately, the team went down. They got to the 1-yard line, and the OC, in my opinion, because I was a football coach for many years, he overthought it.
Yeah,
and all they had to do was take it straight in, and we beat them. New Haven went to the Final Four.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, we was definitely.
Yeah, he started 4 years at Division II.
Did you guys play sports at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Both of you?
Football. Yeah, I played football until my.
What high school did you go to?
Old Forge.
Oh, you went to Old Forge High School?
Yeah, same school.
What about you? Did you? Both?
Old Forge High School. Yeah.
So did you guys go to school together?
No, I'm 4 years older than him. I'll be 47. You'll be 47.
Okay, so when you were a senior, you were a freshman.
I was 8th grade. I think so. One of my I had 2 freshman years, so.
All right, we won't go to that. We won't go to that.
You didn't want to leave freshman, so he's like, I'll stay another year.
They let us go. They let us go out for lunch. I just never came back.
Well, listen, Allentown School District right now, if you could be a sophomore but still be in 8th grade for like 3 or 4 years. So it's fucked up.
So, Russell, I want to ask you something. We know we talked inside, and you said I can ask you, 13 years sober now?
Yeah, 13 years.
13 years sobers?
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Definitely. That is awesome. So
Well, that's
it
a
was
sober
just
cheer.
what he did tell me, though, and I thought it was nuts. What, before you were sober, you were telling me about what would you do a day? Like 2 bottles of whiskey?
Well, yeah. I mean, before I was sober, and I told you in the kitchen, my life's an open book, and I did a lot of speaking at a lot of meetings. I did a lot of speakings at a lot of functions, so I have no problem talking about it. I'm sober because, number one, because of my son and myself. I'm sober because I'm honest. But I was probably about 2 bottles of whiskey a day. I take a lot of cocaine. I was doing a lot of cocaine, a lot of pills. I was doing everything I could. I was going through a divorce.
You were killing yourself, basically.
I was killing myself. Yeah, I told you because we were talking about working out. And
Working
stuff.
out. He was at the gym last night. While we were watching UFC, he was at the gym watching.
I got home at about 2:30 in the morning from the gym. But I go about 6 days a week. But back then, I think when I finally quit, I was about 113 pounds. Yeah,
113 pounds.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Well, I was going through a big divorce. I was with my high school sweetheart. We were together for about 12 years. We were only married for 2, and I started. She got pregnant, and I panicked. I turned to drugs. I turned to alcohol. I was afraid to be a father. I didn't know. Everything was coming down on me, and like within a year, I was off the rails. 3 months, my son was born. I was out of the house.
Wow.
And once she asked me to leave the house, I mean, that was the end of it. I didn't have to hide it anymore. I didn't have to.
You had no responsibilities.
At the
I'm
time,
saying in your mind,
right,
yeah.
in my mind, there are no responsibilities. It's sad to say, and it bothered me for a while, but I don't let it bother me anymore. Like the first 2 years of my son's life, I don't remember. I mean, it's pretty much blur. And I sobered up when he was 2.5. And ever since then, I mean, that's like I just said before. That's my strong point to stay sober. Obviously you have to stay sober for yourself. I mean that's first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself first.
Well, if I'm not okay for me, I can't be okay for
Help
him.
anyone else.
Right.
Exactly.
And I want to be here for my son. I want to be with my son.
Great.
So he's like a great inspiration for me to stay sober. And he knows my story. I mean, he's going to be 16 now. He knows my story. I told him it before. I'm open with him about it. I'm honest with him. Me and my son got a real good relationship. He's open and honest with me about a lot of things, and I want that from him. I want him to be able to talk to Dad. Dad, I got a question about this. I don't want him to be afraid of me. Can I ask my dad this? Can I tell my dad that? You can tell me whatever you want, whenever you want. I'm here.
That's a good father.
Yeah,
That's a good father.
I want that from him. And my dad was like that too.
Yeah, no, my son asked me some of the questions they'll ask you. You sit there and you're like, remember the conversation we had coming from baseball? I'm not going to bring it up, but you asked me. We're on Lower McCountry Road, and it's like, whoa, how am I answering this? Okay. But that's what you have to be. You have to have that only honest, open relationship.
Right. You definitely want that. I was like that with my dad. My dad was an alcoholic for 25 years. He was big into sobriety too. He became sober later on in his life. My family, a lot of friends. You have a lot of people in recovery. We lost a lot of good people. I lost people in my family to drugs and alcohol. I lost a lot of friends. It's a shame, and but
I'm glad you got through it. You fought through it. I mean, listen, cheers to you. Pat on your back. You got through it, man.
Yeah,
and that's a great story.
Well, you're here with us now.
You're here with us now.
It's a powerful story.
It's
moving
great
forward.
Pizza. You're a successful man. You're a successful man too. I mean, you guys are doing some great things. It's you can't linger on the past. All you can do is look for tomorrow.
I agree.
It's the truth.
I let my past beat me up and almost kill me. I did, and I don't. I mean, of course, they always say live with no regret. You think back things you could have, would have, should have done. It's in the past. You can't worry about it.
You gotta live for today.
I can't worry about it anymore. You can't go back.
You can't.
Yeah, the sun shines on your face today, and appreciate it. there's nothing you're gonna do about the rain yesterday. It's,
I don't want
it's
to waste.
just you
I don't want
can't.
to waste any good time I have now thinking about what I could have did then.
You have to.
It's not going to do anything.
You have to want to change. You have to want to change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without getting into the full story, but like years ago, like I said, when I got sober, I got in trouble. Got in trouble. Walked into my neighbor's shed. Got some felony criminal trespassing charges. All my own neighborhood. Right. Long story short, I was in the police station. I was going to jail for the night. I'm in there. The chief of police asked me. I play football with him, DeBurnus. He goes, Brian, what the fuck's going on? I go, Jason, I'm done. I'm done, bro. Please help me. I can't live like this anymore, man. I'm either gonna die, kill somebody else, or something. You got to help me. And I went to jail for the night. I got out. I went to rehab for the summer. I got put on what's called treatment court. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It was like it's kind of like an AR. It's kind of like a ARD on steroids. It was a 2-year program. I got my charges dismissed. Then I got my record expunged. It saved my life. It kept me on the track for 2.5, 3 years. I really had to humble myself. I lost my driver's license, taking the bus places. I put a bunch of weight on. I took it back off. My whole life was upside down. Thank God for my mother, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? She took me in at 35 years old. She supported me, and I was able to get my life turned around, just like Russ was, because we wanted to do it. People want to take the shortcuts and everything. I'm a personal trainer as well, and I meet new clients. And I tell them, listen, this is what you want? Give me 6 months to a year, I'll change your life. Ooh, 6 months. I want that. I want that summer body now. Well, you're not going to get a summer body now.
Takes work.
It takes time. We have to.
Years.
I could teach you. I could take 30 pounds off you in a couple months. But are you going to learn anything? You're going to keep them off? You have to learn the behavioral change. I teach behavioral changes as well. You have to change your behaviors. Because I was there. I know what it's like.
You both had an addictive behavior.
It does,
I don't.
Yeah.
Like if you told me today, you have to stop this, this, and this, I can stop like that. It's just how my mentality that I grew up. But a lot of people don't have, and it's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just what you have. Yeah. But now your addictive mentality changes to sobriety.
Yeah.
So now you're addicted to sobriety. So you just have to behavioral change that mental addiction to that. You adjust. Technique.
You have to, but ultimately, like I said before, it comes down to you have to want to make changes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want to stay sober. You have to want to stay on the right path. You want to go back to. I never want to go back to that life when I was 35 years old. Holy
look at you guys
shit.
now. You guys are both successful, hanging out. You got a podcast. You got this. You have your restaurant. Your other ventures in life, family, kid. Look, that's all you could ask for, right?
It's exciting now.
It is.
I feel like, and I finally have the proper career that I want too. I spent 20 years in the restaurant business, man. I love the business. Having the food page and having the podcast keeps me in that business, but I never want to work. I never want to go back in that fucking kitchen again. You guys were telling stories earlier.
And you're like,
you don't want to go back in.
I fucking know it, man. You get the people coming in there breaking balls. Like, this sucks. Shut the fuck up and get out. Get out. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. There's a reason why I don't do restaurant reviews, because I walk into a restaurant, I size it right up. Like, fighters fight up size of fighters. I walk into a restaurant, how was I greeted? Why is that bus pan with napkins on the fucking table next to the hostess stand? I'm staring right at it.
I have the same. Yeah, you just go, like
I don't do restaurant reviews. I do food reviews. I don't do restaurant reviews. Yeah. There's a big difference.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Just what you said. I mean that's a natural thing, and as a restaurant owner, and you do too. I mean, I keep it to myself, but you walk into places, wherever you walk into, and you're always, I think it's just natural.
Yeah, it
is.
When my
instinct, that's all.
When I was married, we only had one day off. Me and my wife would go out to eat on Tuesday nights. That was the only night we were closed. So that was our date night. That was our night to go out.
Yeah.
And we'd go everywhere, whether it was a family-owned place in town, family-owned place out of town, maybe a chain somewhere, wherever we went to go. And as soon as I walked in, I would do the same thing, and she would be like, "Would you shut up?" Now, and she was in the business. She used to work for me when she was 15 years old. She used to skip school to cover shifts for lunch. So she would come in and she was one of the best in the business as well. I mean, there's nobody better than her, personality wise, work wise. She was fantastic. So, but we'd walk and she'd be like, "I just want to go out for dinner."
Yeah, you don't want to hear all the nonsense.
She's like this, and like you said, but I think
my wife does the same thing. She hates it when we go to bars. Like we go to the Shelby a lot, or I'll go to PJ or something. But I know the bartenders, right? So I just if I sit down and I know there's I'm replacing someone's seat and there's not, I'll clean everything up. and then I'll grab the spray and the napkin or whatever they have, and I'll wipe it out. And she's like, and the bartender's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Sorry, just instinct. Like I'm just clean. I'm just cleaning my area. You're busy. I'm not looking to bother. I can do it. Like, but other people are looking. My wife's like, that's their. I was like, yeah, I know that. It's instinct. I don't know. I just do it.
I've done my best to control that. I mean, my last rant was probably at Bonefish, and
he was ripe. He was ripe.
I was ripe at Bonefish, but
He was ripe.
but it's a franchise.
He was ripe.
Fucking cocksucker.
He was ripe.
I turned the Lehigh Valley upside down with
He
that
was
rant.
ripe.
I fucking went off. I couldn't take it.
Oh man,
That was
They're playing fucking
I was like, what the
the best.
hopscotch in the fucking kitchen. And I'm waiting for my food. You know what I mean? They're all over there having a good fucking time.
huh?
No, it was a joke.
We'll show you the video after, but it was,
I absolutely fucking hate bad service in a restaurant.
Oh,
On purpose.
it's-
Purpose bad. Listen, I walking in there at 12 to a diner, and the line's out the door, every booth is packed. I'm going to wait for food. I get that. I'm going to wait. I like going out to eat. I go out to eat. I don't want to be rushed. If I'm going to rush, I go somewhere quick, get something quick.
Right.
I want to sit down, be taken care of. Just greet me. Hey, I'll be right with you. I know you're busy. Don't walk by me 4 times though. Say something to me. Give me a menu. Let me know that you know that I'm here. I get that we're busy. It's when it's slow.
Oh,
And I go in there, and I went to a diner in our area a little while ago,
Drives me
and
nuts.
it was after the lunch rush. Got my brother got a Reuben. I was cutting weight for fucking jiu-jitsu, so I got a chicken salad. You know what I mean? And a Texas wiener, right? Texas wiener comes half an hour for the food to come out, which is outrageous.
That's crazy.
So what's the first thing the plates are? Fucking scalding hot. Where were those plates sitting in the window for at least 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I go to the wait. I go, excuse me. Oh, my salad's real warm. Oh, it must be the chicken. I'm like, no. It's the hot. It's the
Heat
the
lamp.
heat lamps where this was sitting in the window for 10 minutes. I go, take it away.
really? You called her out.
She fucking bullshit me. You know what I mean? I know the lettuce is gonna get a little wilted from the chicken, but the plates should be cold. The salad should be cold.
it's a salad. Don't put it under the hot lamp.
Yeah, the Texas
Put it under
wiener
the cold.
Texas wiener bun wasn't fresh. Get it out of my face, man. It takes a lot for me to complain in a restaurant. But when you fuck up my food for half an hour and we're sitting there, we're staring around,
And there's no one else sitting next to you.
They're jerking around. Fires me up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fires me
Absolutely
up.
fires me
I
up.
throw the money on the table and tell them, fuck you. And walk the fuck out. You know why I can tell you fuck you? Because I just paid you for a shitty fucking experience. Have a good day. And I leave.
I'm going to be honest, and I want to echo off what you're saying. I know as an owner, I don't like the restaurant itself to be slow, not only because obviously don't make any money or profit. I know in my place, when it's slow, everybody gets lazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We just
my
talked
God,
about
we
it.
just
Yeah,
talked
Lazy.
about this.
Just- I get lazy. Yeah, I get lazy.
We literally just had this happen this week.
Because you can go from this to this like that.
I just
you know?
want to be busy, steady, right through. And I'll tell you what, and I have an excellent staff. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without my staff.
No,
Oh,
we have a
100%.
great staff,
Right.
too.
I
Yeah,
I
but-
have a great staff, and they click. And when we're busy, everything is just like bing, bing.
Boom,
bing.
It's
boom,
not.
boom. Yeah.
It's not being slow or busy. What the biggest thing is that I've learned? It's the transition between slow and busy.
Terrible.
So when you're slow,
Terrible.
and it becomes busy like this,
Right.
he has the mindset. I have the mindset, the skill. I can just switch it like this and go boom.
Other people have that.
The
haze.
other, yeah, but
Well, they already are on cruise control.
your
because
strap
they're
is on
like,
cruise
oh,
control.
it's gonna-
Now you take that cruise control and you boom,
You put the gas
put the
down,
gas
right.
on, and
Put the
for
gas
us,
to the metal.
okay, fine, 2
Right, you
seconds.
can click
I click right in.
Some can't.
Most restaurant staff can't,
They got to be
especially in front of
reminded.
the
Or
house.
you got to start running around the store and say, "Hey, let's go, let's
You gotta go. Like
No,
this is
time
now.
to go. It's
That's
now
what I'm
time."
saying. And I'm not saying it again because it's my staff, and my staff knows me. I mean, we all get along well. We all been working along. My staff, they could click in like that. They really could. I mean, 95%.
that's great.
Of them, they could click right into it. And
You
they
know
do.
what's tough, though?
But
Also-
but there's sometimes they're like,
No, my
hanging
staff
around.
does, but
Right.
what I'm saying, the transition is in sense, we get hit so heavy,
Yeah, it comes quick.
and we
Hard.
can go from 190 orders at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock to 295 to 350 orders in 45 minutes.
Right.
It's the machine.
So you
starts-
just did 150 orders in 45 minutes. And now you still got to do another 300 orders.
And then all of a sudden, your thermal printer is running out of paper, and like that's the best. Like, don't send orders, don't send. Like everybody screamed, and everybody we screamed down like, don't send orders. You know,
Try
and
with every computer. Don't use the computer. Right.
And your staff sitting on the tables before that, like this. They're talking about their weekend. What are they going to do? What happened to your family? Who's this? I went to the grocery store. Milk was this much. Whatever the fuck they're talking about.
It happened
and then
Friday
next thing you know,
night.
phones. Go. Service, table. There's a line out the door. Every table's filled. What the fuck just happened?
Right.
Friday it was like
And that happens a lot.
I want to say Friday at like 4:30, we were probably like 2:36, but it was really there was nothing going on. It just wasn't happening, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, "Come on, man, where how is this happening?" Well, we closed at 9:30. It was like 5:68. It went fucking nuts at like
Almost
6
tripled,
o'clock.
Right.
It went fucking nuts. Yeah, I mean,
And it was raining. It was actually
something. And that's
But that's the experience
But they
you go
broke
through,
down.
you know?
The staff broke down, and then we had to pick them back up. Then I told my wife, get them all, bring them in the back, and quickly had a meeting, and then
And
just
you
made some
played
adjustments.
sports. You said
Bruno,
you said that. Hey,
what's up, Bruno?
Bruno walked in. What's up, Bruno? Thank you for the food, Bruno. Shout out to Bruno Scipione real quick. He just walked in, but he gave us some great eggplant rollatini, clams casino, mussels. Everything was delicious. Thank you, Bruno. It was delicious. But what I was going to say is it's kind of like coaching, right? Running a restaurant's coaching.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
You know, you're coaching
You're
the
preparing
team.
them.
You're preparing them, and you have to adjust each day off your staff because you got to feel, you got to see who's got an issue, who's got this. And it's every day. You know, you got to wake up, look forward to it.
I mean, desserts is like a big thing. I just keep talking to them about desserts. Desserts is an easy thing. You bring in some great desserts. You're selling them at anywhere from a $9 to $12 piece. I mean, but nice desserts. But at the end of the day, if you can sell me 40 desserts a day on average, now some days are going to be less because it's a different kind of busyness, Think about the money you're making. $400+
I agree 100%.
into your register.
I have a young girl who works for me who
Simple
makes our
work.
desserts. She's
Makes your desserts.
She's 21. Yeah. Ashley Marshall's her name. She has a Facebook page, Sweets by Ashley. I mean, she does a great job. She makes cheesecakes first. She makes pies. She makes cupcakes. She makes anything. I mean, she has a great. She's fantastic. She's been working there for about 2 years now. Her mom also works there. She's a waitress, but she's been making desserts for us, and we tell them, number one, you sell the desserts, you make the restaurant more money, but you're also making yourself more money too.
Yeah.
You're knocking that check up a little bit. You get a little bit of extra tip.
Maybe you get coffee.
Right.
You get in-canned essentials. You know what I mean?
It's like it helps everything. It helps
it
you.
makes
helps
everything
us.
move.
You know what I mean? And,
I
and
was
I'm a
talking-
dessert guy, so I mean, I'm a big sweet guy.
My
I
one
love
friend
sweets.
at his restaurant,
Big sweets.
Joe, my friend Joe Grosafi, he stopped in on Monday. We were talking. He was like, same thing. He was like, we sold, I think he said they sold like 90 desserts on his Friday night rush, which is great.
It's an extra
But he
grand.
goes, it was $1,000. He goes, I sold $1,000. He goes, that's, we need them to sell desserts. But he would wish that be on a regular basis. But we all are having the same conversation with the simple things that can help. It just takes our line over here. It's not even to say, hey, I'm putting it in my pocket. Just keep it in check.
He was at UFC, you know that?
Oh, Joe went?
Last night, yeah, he showed up. He
went out there?
I don't know how he got front row tickets.
He
but-
was there.
Yeah, he was just putting it up on Instagram. But
Get the hell out.
yeah.
I got to see that.
Yeah,
I gotta
he's
see
up
that.
there.
I hope he went to that place I told him, Miami Slice. I told him, go there. Oliver, what's up?
Oliver's here.
What's up, man?
There, it's Speezy Deezy
What
walked
the
up.
Speezy
fuck
Deezy's
sneakers
in the
does he have
house.
on?
Here we go. He walks
Oh,
in.
Bentley mugs
Bentley.
him.
This is Oliver, guys. He's also on the podcast. You got
How are
Russell
you?
and Brian there.
I just commented on your thing today. Finally, some good pizza. It wasn't that old Ford stuff.
That's funny.
So yesterday, not to cut everything off. So yesterday, I'll tell you the story. Joe and I went to the Trump rally. Well, this all inspired. This came about. You're laughing, right? Okay, you're laughing. This started. I think we got news
Last week.
last week. So from last week to yesterday, I must have spoke to Joe more times than I ever did in fucking 30 years that I've known him. You ready? You ready? I'm ready, Joe. I'm ready. What time we're going to leave? 4 o'clock it started. Then as the week progresses, 3 o'clock. Then he calls me in a panic Friday night. I think we should leave 1:30. Okay. So 1:30, Saturday morning, I wake up. Are you excited? Are you? What do we mean? The fucking Messiah? So I get all dressed. I couldn't, I'm getting all, I'm going to go meet my guy. You know what I mean? So I pick him up. I drive to Biagio's from my house. So I get to him about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Even early.
I was finishing dough.
He was finishing. He looks at me and he didn't know how to act. We're finally going to do this. I know, Joe. We've been talking about it for 10 fucking days already. Yes. So we go to the front, to the back. He's screaming.
The fucking stupidity that was between you two of the excitement. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was fucking ridiculous, dude.
So,
you would have thought.
He's saying me. We're in the store like this. The store's packed. And we're like, whoa, let's go.
Antonio walked in. He walks in. He's from the back door.
Customers are like, yeah.
He's sitting on the Calypso cooler looking at me like this. And I'm like, what? He's so fucking happy right now.
So I'm going to finish the dough. All right, so he's finished the dough. I never seen a man make dough, rolling ball, and so fast in my, okay, we're ready. Okay, we're saying that we're ready. 15 minutes, but we're not leaving. We're ready, but we're not leaving. Finally, we get in the car.
We're screaming, yelling, we're
stretching. No, but the best is we get in the car. I don't even get out of the park. I don't even go out the back because I park in the back. I don't even get out to the back. He grabs me like this, like we're going on a date. With his hand. You believe what we're doing? I believe it. We're going, Joe. But believe.
I grabbed him like this. I was like, you believe
what we're doing? I'm like, yes. So we drive to Schecksville. So from where his pizzeria is to Schecksville, but we have to remember now because he's in town and there's traffic. He's scheduled to speak at 7. So let's leave a little earlier so we can get parking and all that, right? So we went back ways, but we got there.
Yeah, it was a good way we went. Actually, we came right in and we got right in.
Very, very light traffic. Boom, we get in. Find a good parking space. Well, listen, I always find good parking spaces. So, besides getting towed. But, so you make the left at the light. You're on 309, so you're going to make the left line. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
The line.
Joe, do you see the line? He goes, mm-hmm. I said, we're going to wait the line? No.
Don't worry about it. We go right in.
So we park, we walk, we're walking. So we there's a guy, like an event guy, right? We're like, where do we get our tags? He's like, who are you with? So... Yeah.
So the guy asked me,
told me we're press or something, right?
He goes, did you get your tickets online? I was like, no. He goes, did you get your tickets this way? No. I said, somebody gave them to me.
Now he's going through his phone.
I'm a special guest.
He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's going through his phone.
I was so nervous. I couldn't remember the guy's name at that point. I was like, special guest? Yes, we're special guests.
VIP, he goes.
And he goes, oh, then just keep walking past everybody.
Walk past everybody, go up.
All right, here we go.
But it wasn't like from here to there. It was like a fucking mile.
A mile and a half.
We're walking up. Who's the lady fainting over there? Remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah. She had low blood.
Anybody got orange juice, candy, this?
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck?
I don't have nothing. Keep walking.
And look like the modern day fucking Woodstock that we were going to.
It was crazy.
So we get up.
We just keep walking.
And mind you, this is not
nobody's stopping us. Nobody.
Keep Beverly Hills.
Keep going.
This is like the good old boys country.
Schecksville.
So we're going up, guys, I'm not knocking you, good old boys. It's a good thing. So we go up. Boom, we get greeted by a state trooper. He's like, where you going? We're going in. He goes, yeah, you're going in?
Special guest.
Special VIP. He's like, that way.
I keep walking.
All right. So we walk in. We go to so there's tents. We go to the first tent.
Don't stop.
I'm like, my name there? She goes, what's your name? I say, Antonio DeFleur, Joe Rufino. Goes through it. Nope. What? No. Try the next tent. I'm like, is this what it's going to fucking be about today? All right. So we come out. We go to the next one. Hello.
And right now, we're looking at each other like, what the fuck? Is this really happening right now?
So this two ladies goes, guys, we're sorry, but our table blew over. How the fuck did your table blow over? You're in a tent. But anyway, she had all these clipboards on the floor, right? Antonio, the floor. Oh yeah, here you are. So the lady puts my bracelet on. I'm like, you're gonna cut my fucking circulation. By the time I got, you gotta amputate my arm. Could you fucking put it a little bit looser? So she does. Joe Ruffino. No Joe Ruffino here.
Not there.
She's going
Not
through
there.
clipboards. Nothing. Finally, this kid comes in. He's like, what do you need? Joe Ruffino. Oh, there's one clipboard buried in the bottom. He's on the clipboard.
Yeah, I was dying though. It was like 5 minutes of just like, are you?
So we come out.
I'm like on my phone. I was like, I gotta get somebody over here. What the hell is happening?
So
over here?
we come out of there. Mind you, it was a beautiful day yesterday, but it was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
Then the wind, it felt like we're in Antarctica. And we're dressed like fucking, we just came out of the disco fever, right?
Sweatpants, sweat jacket.
What was the name of the place that you got? You got Fantastic Plastic? That's how we were.
That's what
yeah.
we were dressed like. Fantastic plastic.
So we go up. So he goes, no, you don't have to wait that line. You can go right through this line, nice and easy, right through the VIP. So we're walking with press.
Yeah.
Give it a shot, right?
Right
We
in.
walk in, boom, and we're waiting. We're talking. I said, Joe, let's stay calm today. No. Who's talking, this and that? Then we meet a couple people in line that he texted you today.
Yeah.
Boom.
We're actually gonna go to
So
that
we
event-
waited
event.
for a good hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. No, hour.
No, we got in at 3:15.
Yeah, so we go right in. So we're walking in. Secret Service, dogs, bomb dogs, all that.
Amazing.
There's
The
the
security,
metal
amazing.
detectors. I walk in. I go to him. Joe. He goes, what? I said, I have a problem. He goes, no, we can't. We got to go inside first. I said, no, I don't have to use the bathroom.
Right there's the metal detector.
Right where Oliver's
Oliver,
sitting.
where
So
you're
like,
at. And we're next up, and they're
and
like
Secret
calling
Service
us.
is right here. He goes, what is it? I'm like, I have my gun on me.
Oh,
He's like, no, you don't.
we're getting arrested.
I
That's
said,
it.
I'm
We're
going to
to jail.
fuck.
We're
I
fucking
said,
dying right now. The two
I
of us
said,
are going
I'm
down.
going to fucking throw it. He goes, where are you going to throw it? There's Secret Service all over here. What are you going to throw it into the crowd? I said, I'll leave it right here. What do you mean leave it right here? So I'm sweating. I'm checking. I'm like, no. I left it in the truck, thank God, before I got to the pizzeria.
It was a moment of hell. Like, we didn't even want him to check.
Yeah.
Like, they're saying, let come
was it,
through.
your little
and we're like,
Derringer?
looking at
I had
him,
my-
and we're
yeah,
like,
the Derringer.
The little one.
Yeah.
we're coming, and we're having a discussion about his gun, and there
Yeah,
they are.
his
looking at
his
us.
looking
gun's
at us
this
like,
big.
why
It's a little
move
Derringer.
forward?
I have it in my
move
pocket.
forward, and we're like, what'd you say? We move forward. They're saying it's like you have the gun. Check it. We can't throw it nowhere. The guy's right over there. Like so much went on
Yeah.
in like 30 seconds. It was like an hour and a half conversation. Move forward.
We're trying to figure this out.
We're like, where are we going with
we
this?
didn't have it. So I go
Don't
through.
pull it out.
So we didn't have it. Thank God. Thank God I remember to leave. So we go through the metal detectors, checks us, boom, boom, like the airports. No, it didn't rain. Oh, I didn't have it on me.
He didn't. The discussion was we thought he had it, and they're telling us move forward, and
right,
this is
go
all
on.
happening.
So we go through the metal detectors, bomb, dog, all that. I go through, and he's there getting checked, like
Why am I
back,
always
forth, up and
Why
the
am-
guy's
why
flipping
am-
him over like this. I don't know, whatever. So
arms out, spread your legs? I was like, why me?
Yeah, so we go
Why
through.
is it me all the
So
time?
as soon as we go through, he sees food trucks. You hungry? I'm like, we just fucking walked in here. You hungry? You want to go get something to eat? All right, let's get something to eat. So
I saw sausage and
So we had
peppers.
sausage and peppers. So we have sausage and peppers. I said, Joe, I got to pee before we go. So I said, I hope we have good seats. He goes, yeah. So there was all event guys, a lot of patrol, a lot
of security.
lot.
Actually, I was so happy to see the security
Yeah.
because it just gave me a whole different element on everything you hear on a daily basis to see these people that are doing their job. Like it's amazing. Like the Secret Service. I know I kept saying it, but those guys were big. Those
they were.
guys were big.
So I go to the bathroom, porta potties, millions of them. Boom, come out. I'm like, all right, where do we go? So the guy goes, what bracelet do you have? Platinum.
What was
And
it,
there's
silver
blue
and
and
platinum?
platinum. Silver and platinum, whatever it was. Blue and silver. So he goes the right way. So we go to the right side of the event. So The back, there's no chairs, no nothing. It's all open, right? But you can only allow so many people in. Then there's chairs, then there's bleachers, and then there's him. And then there's chairs in between the bleachers. So we walk around. So we see Bobby.
Oh, we were so close.
Yeah.
It was like from here to Pietro.
Yeah.
I was like,
all right. So listen. So we go in. We go in. We see Bobby Arena, right? Come sit over here. So we sit with Bobby, and we're the stage is. We're right there.
It's amazing.
So now this is like what, 3 o'clock?
I would say, probably about, because we ate, you went to the bathroom, and then I lost you, and then you took a picture of me playing games with me, and then, you always do that. The dog wasn't shitting by me that time. So,
But the best is when you were doing the video, and he's yelling.
Oh, wait, I'm getting to that. So we get there. Now it's 3 o'clock. When's he scheduled? 7 o'clock. Then we're getting, like we were at fucking Fox. No, he's coming at 7:30. He's coming at 7:20. He just landed. He's in Bucks County. Bro, when the fuck is this guy going to come on? So we're going, and it's starting to get cold.
Oh, got cold.
And he had a little I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine. So it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30. It was like watching fucking paint dry.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock, where is this guy?
No, nothing. There's no alcohol. Nothing.
No, what alcohol? What are you
You're
crazy?
freezing. No,
you know who you're
you're
with number one? Not with him. I'm seeing the surrounding people. But anyway, so we're there, 7 o'clock, 7:27. All of a sudden, you see lights come up through the back of us. The motorcade is here. Everything.
Unbelievable.
So we wait a little bit, and then a guy comes up. First, there's a prayer, then this, then another guy comes, and it was like an ex-congressman and whatever.
No, he's a congressman now.
Yeah.
We saw him at the Liberty.
Once he said, "God bless America and God bless Donald J. Trump," fucking crowd went nuts.
Was awesome.
So I say to him, calm the fuck down, because he's coming. Calm the fuck down, because we're going to go to fucking jail. Because you're sitting in front of a Secret Service guy. Don't fucking start jumping up, trying to grab him, No, I won't. So they see him.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Sorry,
you have the Secret Service that was there, and Joe, you were there. So there was a group there.
Oh, you were there, Joe, yeah.
About as far from him.
So you saw me too. Yeah.
So you were there, and you see these Secret Service guys. But the team that surrounds him, when they walk in, like, we're big. All of a sudden, I hit it. I'm like, Antonio, these guys came in massive. Those two guys on the sides of the steps, those two guys, and then the other guy, and the other guy, and the other guy, they had to be 6'7", 6'9".
Yeah,
They were massive. Like, and you could just see, and the guys, the way they stand and the way they look. There was 12 people surrounding the stage alone, and then there was 2 walkways, and in those walkways were 2 people. You think about all the shit that's going on in the country right now with all these crazy prosecutions and stuff, and they say, they fingerprint him. Nobody's putting a hand on him. This is all the shame of it is it really put a delusion to what we're seeing, because you can't even get close. So I don't give a shit if there's some district attorney or somebody doing this shit. It's all bullshit and lies. It really, and it puts a perspective, like when you go to these rallies, you say, it's incredible. So the Secret Service that works for the United States government is doing such a job here. And we have such a fold of men here protecting somebody that's supposed to be not a good person. You'd have to psychologically, you have to be brain dead if you see this to say he's not a great man.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
So they park him in the front, and here's the stage. He's walking out. As soon as this guy literally sees him, he starts yelling at the top of his lungs, "I love you! I love you!" I'm thinking, bro, this guy, like he saw the fucking Beatles.
He has me and me.
My hand is like the fucking Beatles are coming out. Mr. Trump, President, I love you. And so he's doing that, and I'm like this. You know when you want to scream and nothing comes out? That's what I was doing. And he's walking, and this guy's crying. I can't believe he's I'm like, yeah, I see. I see it. I love you. He's speaking. He's still
And then
saying,
he stopped.
I
He's
love you.
like, he pointed. He's like, he went to us like this. He's
talking to us. What talking to us? He's talking to 45,000 people.
He looked at us. He was.
He went like this.
He did. He
turned around.
He talked to us.
You see that? I'm like,
That was 3 seconds we had. I'm telling
I
you.
love you. So now he's on stage. Pennsylvania, I love you. And he's still saying, I love you. I'm like, Joe, please, let the fucking guy talk. The fucking people in TV are telling us to shut the fuck up. Please. So he starts talking. It's 25, 30 minutes. He leans over to me. He's like, I'm fucking ready to go. I'm frozen.
I couldn't feel because then, I'm like, oh my God, the only way to warm my hands is skin on skin. Like your hands can't warm you. So I had to take my hands and put them in my pants down to my legs like this. And I'm like, somebody's going to look at me and say, what the fuck are you doing?
Get your own body heat.
I had to get my body heat because the only thing that was holding up was my legs. So I'm like there like this, and I'm just like doing this on my right above my knees. But I'm like, I'm gonna rip my fucking sweatpants off here pretty soon. I'm down to my elbows.
Yeah. So we leave a little bit earlier, but smooth transition out. Then we went to Twin Lakes.
Turkey gravy. What's it? Turkey gravy.
Wild
We went to
turkey.
turkey gravy.
Turkey gravy.
Yeah, the bar is called Turkey Gravy. It's called.
Wild turkey.
Oh, I mean wild turkey. Wild turkey. What did I say?
Turkey gravy.
It's very close. I mean, it's gravy goes with turkey. So I mean,
I was like, all right, let's go watch this fight after this. So we came back home, and that was it.
it was nice. I mean, turkey gravy was very good. I would recommend to go.
Wow.
It was good.
That reel that I put up is getting a lot of fucking attention.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors again.
So here we go. Jeff Adams at Remax Realty. Thank you. You need a house, buy a house. Call Jeff, 610-972-5323. Enter.net. Enter.net. Sorry, Juice. Justin Corsa, marketing, social media, and website design right here in Lehigh Valley. Franco's Pizza, Rosa and Filippo Belli in Wilkes-Barre, across the street from the annex over there, the courthouse, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops. Oliver just showed up with his son. Where's your son?
Inside with Joey.
Oh, and he's got those beautiful, I don't know where he got them from. Probably NASA.
Wait, what do you? Oh, you got them on?
Yeah, because when the drawing, like when you do.
Oh, you wore the draw. Okay, Oliver.
They're nice.
Anyway, Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops.
They're nice, Oliver.
Our good man Oliver Nasri there. TMY Construction. Our good man Tony Nasser. You need a job? I mean, you need a job.
A job.
You need construction
What
work?
are you talking about?
No job too big. No job too small for Mr. Tony. Master Supply. Thank you again, Barb and Kevin Master. Banco Beverage. Joe Marino, Jim Glassick, and Tony Gallo. Again, get with me. You'll get the pricing through PizzaFellas, which is the Calypso in certain areas. But Joe's Teas, you should put this in your place.
Yeah.
The
You
Joe's
get
Teas.
the cheapest price for this.
Yeah.
Just use Pizza Fellas podcast.
It's like crack, bro.
And you get it in.
really-
They'll
So
deliver
that-
it up to you.
Zoa, too. Our good man Rock over here. Pabst Beer, thank you for the sponsorship. And
Jack
Daniels iced teas. Also, Uni Ovens, thank you to them. And thank you to our guests today.
Great podcast,
Mr. Russell
guys.
Rinaldi
Good job.
and Mr. Brian DiMattia. And and Joe was asked, but I'll ask, but what's the greatest podcast in the world?
You asking me?
I'm asking both of you. You better say us.
Pizza
There you go.
There you go. Shot at
Brian,
Brian.
be a little.
The only podcast I know, PizzaFellas podcast.
There you go.
And the only podcast that we know in upper NEPA up there is
Food Fight.
Food Fight.
podcast.
There you go, Brian.
Food Fight. And
Thank
we got
you again. Thank
Real
you to
quick, before we end.
Yes.
I always ask our guests, guys like you, successful now, any advice to business owners, people in general out there, other restaurateurs, pizza guys?
Go first. I mean, like I said, when we first started on it, and I'll make it quick because we know I could go on.
No, not you, Russell.
When we first started out, and I told you I was 19, my brother was 21. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I know I didn't want to go to college. I know I did work for Bruticos, which was next door to me when I was a kid, because we were supposed to buy that restaurant first. So then we opened up Rinaldi Pizza Company. Then we opened up Cafe Rinaldi three years ago. And then after that, it was history. But, I mean, for me and my family, I mean, we've always had food, restaurant, pizza, you know, it's in our blood.
Culture, yeah.
Yeah, my family had where our Carol and Janelle's is right now. They had Lorenzi's. That was back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and then our Carol's bought it in the 60s. I mean, if for this business,
That's amazing history right there, right?
Yeah.
yeah, for this business, I mean, if you're going to get into it, restaurant, pizza shops, hoagie, you know, food, the food business. I mean, you have to. I mean, if you want to be successful, I think you got to be passionate about it.
There you go.
You know, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You know,
Agree 100%.
you have to, you know, you have to take care of your customers. You have to take care of your staff. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of
A lot of moving parts.
a lot of mechanics, right?
It's not as easy as people think.
And you need everything. It's like gears. You know, you need everything to line up. Like my father always said in this business, and my father had a couple businesses, but in this business, he said it's like unlocking a door. When you put the key in, everything has to line up, or you can't get the door open.
That's right.
You know, so
Yeah.
I mean, I would
It's funny that you say that because I was watching a reel the other day on Instagram or whatever it was, and it's a pizza guy, and he's walking into his pizza shop with a suit on, and music is going, and he says,
I saw that
This
reel.
is what the average customer or person thinks a restaurant owner walks into the restaurant like. And then the next part after is him with 7 boxes of food, whatever, and he's struggling, and they fall down, and he's dressed shorts, t-shirt, like he goes. But this is really what a restaurant owner walks into
Right.
a restaurant, you know, and that's exactly what you're saying. A lot of people don't know the moving parts, mechanics of it.
a lot of parts, and there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, you know, and you
Yeah.
guys know as well.
Critical thinking.
Right.
Critical thinking.
And you got to think quick.
And, you know, it's guys like us, you know, that have that critical thinking. It's not a guy that's coming out of college. It's guys that just finished high school, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what I'm going to do. But we have critical thinking instilled in our blood, in our minds. We're not book guys. We're not that guy that's that. But somehow I relate to just instantaneously figuring it out.
Right.
And there's people out there.
Comes natural.
It
Comes natural.
Yes.
Instinct. What about you, Brian?
You guys touched on the business part of it. You know, I say a piece of advice to anybody. It's never too fucking late to change your life. All right. I'm 40. I'll be 43 in August. I just changed my career. 41 I was. It took 6-7 months to put in place. I had good support around me. You know what I mean? But it was terrifying at first. To leave a real comfortable job at the casino, making good money, good benefits, good retirement, everything you could ask for. But I wasn't happy. And then a lot of people, they're still there. You know, people, other jobs, I can't do anything else. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere and make this amount of money. Well, you can't make that. You might not be able to make that amount of money right now from the start.
You just gotta have drive and
I'd
passion.
rather pay my bills and go for a slice of pizza once in a while and not much more and be happy.
Yeah.
You know, it took me. I wanted to do this, what I'm doing now, personal trainer. MMA wasn't in my life when I was 34, 35, when I was all fucked up. And I got sober when I was 35. But I wanted to do all this stuff before I got into the drugs and the alcohol. But I put that to the side just to do that. And I never thought I would be able to do it again. And then I got an opportunity, and I almost missed the opportunity. But I realized that this was happening for a reason. And I made the move, and everything else came on. It opened up my time to do what I'm doing now. You know, I used to work weekend. You guys know, restaurant business.
Yeah.
Casino, fucking, you want to go out on Saturday night? What are you, crazy? I'm working a double on Saturday. I can't go on a Saturday. You want to go have lunch on Tuesday afternoon? We could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
that's
made
the truth.
social life. It made social life really hard. And the restaurant business is a grind. And people that go out there, you have a bad meal somewhere, don't give the place a hard time on social media. Go back and try it again. If you go to a place 6 times and it's trash, you probably went there too many times. Just don't go there again. There's no need for you to go on social media.
Great statement,
And
Brian.
somewhere
Great
and be
statement.
like, oh, I had some Old Force pizza last night. It was fucking Ilio's pizza. Shut the fuck up, man. You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's garbage. Doesn't mean like you don't have the ultimate taste in your mouth. What's that?
Just because somebody hates it doesn't mean other people don't love it.
Exactly.
You're right, Oliver. You're right.
Exactly.
Listen,
There's
I'll tell you, Oliver, you should have been here to eat his pizza. It was
It's right there.
spectacular.
It's right
Yeah, you
there.
could heat it up.
Still some more back there.
It was spectacular.
There's just
No, but I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about.
That's a great statement. what
I
you
don't know
said.
about
Go
you
back
guys.
6 times.
Yeah. Go back, give it another try.
Well, I don't know about you
He's having a
guys.
fucking
We have
conversation.
brutally honest,
Yeah.
like in the Lehigh Valley, and we talk about that bullshit all the time. It's a page on Facebook, and they just rip restaurants.
There's
I'm
no
like,
need for
There's
it.
no need for it.
I could probably have 100,000 followers on my page right now if I ripped in this stuff.
Wow.
I don't have the
What do
need
you
for
what do
it.
you get out of it?
There's nothing.
There's
I don't
no
get
Yeah,
any.
there's no,
Creativity.
and that doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've said it before. You know, I break balls about a Big Mac or a quarter pounder. They're $1 billion corporations.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
you're not going to have
say
any
something-
influence on that.
Yeah, you know, the pizza shop around the corner that relies on social media and word of
yeah.
mouth around the neighborhood.
Yep.
Oh, I had pizza from there at night. It was terrible. What was terrible about it? Oh, I just didn't like it. What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
That's my reason for ripping Bonefish's asshole. You know, that's the reason, because you always see mom and pops.
There's no
you go on
need
these
for that.
these pages. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I know we're in the closing segments here, but down here in the valley, like you have townships that will literally have like Whitehall Winers or Caddy. What's the one in Caddy, Oliver? What? In other words,
Yeah, Facebook groups.
who are
You
designed.
got brutally honest,
to
Whitehall
not-
Winers.
They're designed not to like if you're getting on the page and you're part of the page,
Right.
you are not going on a page to say something good. You're on the page to find a reason to say
Right.
something
It's
bad.
it's
it's incredible how the
it's
desire
a
for this is what people and it's crazy. You know, I just saw Angelo over there, and when I look, it's like when I was out at the expo, you could never see more of a camaraderie with pizza guys.
Right.
You know, nobody's criticizing. You can walk like his brother. I can ask him any question. I can ask his father any question. Like it's a conversation that's open. Our conversation was open. Bruno, our conversation. But there's these individuals out there on these pages that,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they're
own
not
a
in the
restaurant.
industry, yeah.
And they're not in the industry. So what can I do to get a platform to destroy? And it's like, it just boggles my mind. It boggles
Yeah,
my
they've never dealt with it. They've never been involved.
I had a lady real quick. She
Go
comes
ahead.
into my restaurant a few years ago. We sell more chicken franchise some nights than I sell pizza.
That's
I have a chef who makes a great chicken franchise. I was telling you before, we have 3 guys who cook at one time. Each guy's in their own station. Real quick, this guy he's been cooking for me. He started out as a dishwasher. He's 15 years old. He's now 37. He makes a chicken franchise. It'll melt in your mouth. I'll sell 150 chicken franchises.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of work.
In 4 days, right? Just that. And 149 people love it. This lady was like, she went on Facebook and she bashes us. And so I asked her, I said, what do you do for a living? She's like, I'm a dentist. I said, you're a dentist? I said, what about teeth? I said, what do you mean? I said, what do you know about chicken franchise? I said,
100%.
like you said, they just want to hate on it.
Yeah, it's just their desire to have their platform.
I'm nice to them, though. I'm nice
Yeah,
to them.
yeah,
It's not just on social media. I'm just nice to them because I understand the kind of people they are. I understand, like, what they have inside them. Like, they just want to hate on you.
Yeah.
Like, I see them hating on other people, and I jump in and defend them. Because, you know, like you said, and again, it's not because I own one, but, you know, a lot of people don't understand the restaurant business is a very difficult business. You work very hard at it.
Yes.
Like you work at other businesses too, but you work very hard at it. And for someone to come in and just crush you like that, and they don't even know. They don't even know what they're talking about.
They'll go to Cheesecake Factory. They'll go to all these places with all the promotions they have, and they don't criticize. They'll go to a Dunkin' Donuts. So listen, I don't give a shit what it is. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. I've never had excellent experience. It's just always simply just rough. You understand? It's
Right,
there's no hello.
go in, get your stuff
There's
and
no
go.
there's no nothing. It's like we're there because it's D&D or it's Starbucks. But I mean, that's not fair. You know who does a good job as a franchise, I have to say? Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
If you pull up there, you get a coffee, whatever you want.
Mission
They-
Barbecue.
Who?
Mission. You ever go to Mission Barbecue
Yeah,
before?
we have one in Whitehall.
Yes.
Some of the best service you'll ever get in that place.
And I'll say that, that's fine. You know, like these places are doing a good job, but there's other places that are franchises. It's just not there. But you don't see the criticism.
Right.
You don't see people on a platform trying to destroy it. It's always mom and pops. Always. It sickens my stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to a grocery store. Could you imagine if we owned a pizza shop and the customer came in, used the kiosk, ordered their food, now was told by the kiosk, step to the blue line, go to the kitchen, and follow the orders of your order. And now you prepare it for yourself. Prepare your food, your hoagie, your chicken francais, your pizza. Cook it. Now, shows you the directions. Take it out. Go sit down. Get your soda. Enjoy. And now go up and pay the one person that we have working. Or you actually go to the kiosk. Wouldn't you love to have a restaurant like a Wegmans or a Weiss where you don't need any checkout people? You shop on your own. You put it in there. And then you go check out yourself.
And they don't give you bags unless you pay for it.
And you have to pay for the bags. Wow.
Yeah.
How about doing a restaurant that way?
They want a tip too.
You know? And no complaints. No nothing. And then they want to
hardest work
stop
is the
you to
stroller,
check
yeah.
your order. What'd you do? Well, I checked myself out. So don't stop me. Because they're getting too many thefts because somebody's buying filet mignon and punching in a pork chop number. And that's going on. I would never do it, but I know that's going on. That's why people are asking what's in your bags. But they're buying something that's of this cost, and they're buying lobster, punching in cod. You know? This is what's acceptable, but the restaurants, our small businesses, are open to this kind of criticism. It's so offensive.
Yeah.
What's acceptable. It's disgusting.
Hey, thanks for being on, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Great having you
Best
guys.
of luck for
Honest
both
to
of you.
God, man, great show.
Honestly,
Really,
you guys
great
are.
show.
We'll
Great-
definitely
great
do
job.
another one soon. This is great. Maybe we'll come up to yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do your podcast one day.
Once we're getting new
You know.
cameras and stuff that makes remotes absolutely fabulous. So we could come up that
You
way
know.
and do like an old Forge tour. Walking around. Imagine doing that with the camera. and
Yeah,
doing that.
come out with you guys. That
I
would be
would,
cool.
I would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, we could do that.
I would host that for you guys.
Oh, that would be
That'd
great.
be a blast.
And then we'll finish up at Lindo's and drink at the bar.
That's it.
Play some poker. Well, you guys won't, but you know what I'm
I'll
saying.
play poker though.
Yeah, you'll play poker.
I'll be the sober one taking
There
all
you
your
go.
money off.
There you go.
How
Well,
about,
I'll bring a
how
joint
about the
so you're
Sabatini,
not.
though?
I'll be
That's
even
some
better.
operation he has going over there. That's some operation.
But shout out to Lindo. Shout out to these guys, Russell and Brian. Best of luck for you guys. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you for
Follow
coming.
DiMattei's Food Fight on Facebook.
There you go.
There we
And
go.
Cafe Rinaldi's, Old Forge.
Get
Go
up to
check
Old
it out.
Forge. Hey, listen, if you haven't gone, get to Old
there.
Forge.
Old
Go.
Forge on a Friday night is the best smelling town in the world. You will never smell anything like it on a Friday
So
night.
go on a Friday. Get up
There
there
you
at
go.
4
Get
o'clock.
up there.
And start walking. Park your car
6
and walk
o'clock. There you
around
go.
and start eating like a pig.
6 o'clock on Friday night.
I always say, if you could just come to Old Forge, you don't have to come to my place, but come to all the places. You just try them all out. You won't be disappointed. Great places, great food, great pizza, great drinks. Everyone treats
You have a good time.
Well, cheers to that. PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 34. Remember, go on YouTube, Spotify, subscribe, follow our reels. Thanks, guys. We'll be back. Thank you.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers over,
That was
gotta
last
have
segment,
a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar,
That was
come
a
on, let's
good-
make it last.
that was a good
Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe. Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.